You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans, I have got your 2-week spoilers for April 14th all the way through April 25th. We're going to talk about Molly exploding, Sonny being completely stunned, and Ric having some doubts. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to dive right in, starting with the action on Monday, April 14th. And if you're not following us, please reach down and click that subscribe button. So Ava really thinks that she has got this figured out, and she reassures Ric that Alexis is going to do what she did, or else the whole blackmail thing will kick in. Ric disagrees and thinks it's not going to go like Ava expects, and that Alexis is not going to hand over the money. Willow makes a huge choice that could change everything. She may decide to go ahead and file to divorce Michael, even though she had agreed to wait, and just go ahead and make a play for sole custody since Drew has said he can help her make it happen. But Willow also says to her mom, Nina, that she's a little scared that there is some truth to Carly saying she's like Nell. She's not like Nell. Not nearly. That was like way overboard. Sonny is completely stunned by what Laura tells him, and it's about the fact that the Esplanade may yet go on his peers, which may be taken by eminent domain depending on what the public votes for. Brennan is there to support Carly and offer some comfort. And of course, she tells Jack that she feels like she made a really big mistake going over to confront Drew and Willow and nearly hitting her daughter-in-law. And she worries she just gave her a victory and that Michael is going to come back and have lost custody of his kids. Trina is venting to Portia. She's really worried about this risky surgery that Kai wants and that he may end up owing Drew, and she's asking her mom what she's found out about the surgery. And of course, Portia already said that the surgery looks pretty good. And Kristina really struggles with some guilt as Molly is talking about Ric's accident, as well she should. On Tuesday, April 15th, we've got Brook Lynn Quartermaine hatching a plan. This may be about the future, maybe about deception. We'll see. She still has decided she's not going to tell Dante, but she is torn, and Lois said, do what you think you should. So she's flipping and flopping. Hopefully she'll talk to Chase a little bit more about it. Meanwhile, he has a very heartfelt talk with his mother-in-law, Lois, and I'm sure it's about the whole BLQ teen pregnancy, Dante thing, the lies, the secrets, all the shenanigans. Ava gets a visit from Trina, and I'm very interested to see if she's asking for her advice about Kai's surgery. I mean, Ava has had an experimental medical procedure before. If you remember, that's how she got rid of those burns she had when her, I think it was her old gallery warehouse set on fire. It's been a few years, right? That was how she met patient 6. Remember when Jason was patient 6? And Alexis is really torn. She doesn't want to commit Kristina, but she knows that Diane is right, and that is the best thing to do from a legal strategy, and honestly, maybe the best thing to do as a mom, because as Diane said, her continuing to clean up Kristina's messes so she never faces consequences clearly isn't doing her any favors. She told Diane to prepare the papers, but will she actually pull the trigger on putting her daughter in Shady Brook? And Elizabeth finally gets to come home from General Hospital, and of course she's got the broken leg. I'm sure Lucky and Aiden are going to be there, but Lulu also drops by. Then on Wednesday, April 16th, Drew is plotting against someone. It's hard to say who that is. He's plotting against so many people, but his latest topic may be Carly and or Michael, but particularly Carly because of how upset she made Willow. Jordan causes Curtis to be suspicious, and her plan for Laura to fire her and her going to work for Sidwell isn't going to sit very well with her ex, and we'll see how that goes. Lucas catches a couple of people in an intense moment, and it could be Marco and Natalia, could be Marco and Sidwell. We'll see. He's going to find out his new honey has got a dirty parent secret soon. Lucky makes a commitment to someone And it may be to Elizabeth to be there for her while she recuperates, as he should. Hopefully he's not committing to help Kristina do anything else. And something really piques Tracy's interest on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, April 17th, we've got Marco giving Alexis something to think about. If she tells him about the situation with Kristina, maybe he has a different tactic he can recommend. I mean, it's interesting because he's a mob lawyer. Alexis has been a mob lawyer in the past, and Diane is currently a mob lawyer. So even if they find out that he's Sidwell's son, can they really hold it against him, since none of them have clean hands? Felicia asks a favor of Carly late this week, and Sonny is throwing Dante a big birthday bash, but it seems ill-timed because there's a lot of things going on. Sonny's heart, Ava's blackmail, Lulu's love confession that she's ready to make, and Kristina's coming commitment. Cody helps out Molly on Thursday, and Brook Lynn and Chase start planning their future. We're going to close out week 1 on Friday, April 18th, with Maxie completely in shock, and Anna fills Felicia in about something while Jason confronts Sasha. Is he going to find out she took a payday from Sidwell? Jordan gets a tempting offer, likely from Sidwell, after Laura fires her for their publicly planned spat. And Sonny opens up to Carly. Looks like he may tell her about his heart problem at last. The week of April 21st through the 25th, look for Alexis needing to pull the trigger on committing Kristina before Ava goes to Molly. But whether she hears it from Ava or elsewhere, Molly is going to find out Kristina tried to kill Ava and almost killed her dad, Rick. And the fallout is sure to be colossal and could split the Davis girls for good. Kai is really excited about his upcoming surgery and chance to hopefully play football again. And despite Trina's concerns, looks like Kai may tell Drew that he's all in and to set it up. Also, how long until word spreads that Marco is the son of Sidwell and it affects his blossoming romance with Lucas? Because Van Hansis, the actor who plays Lucas, said in a recent interview that Marco's big secret about being Sidwell's son may derail their romance. Brad goes digging through Drew's medical records on Portia's orders, and he finds something intriguing, but what dirt do they find? One thing to think about is the fact that he was brainwashed to be a mind-controlled killer. That really shouldn't sit well with the public, you know? Also, April 15th is Daniel Goddard's debut as Professor Henry Dalton, and he'll be thick in the swing of things in this week of April 21st through the 25th. Interesting bit of trivia, GH auditioned him to possibly play recast Jack Brennan. He didn't get that part, but then they created this role of Professor Dalton for Goddard. He has scenes with Emma, Joss, and Anna so far. When he was over on Y&R, Genie Francis and Tristan Rogers played his parents, so he knows two of the vets, and he worked with Eva LaRue also when he was on Y&R, as well as Steve Burton back when he was over on Young and the Restless. So the good news is Daniel Goddard already knows kids to sit at the lunch table with.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.